Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's Uncensored match build-up showtime. Liverpool taking on Crystal Palace away from home.
Wow.
I know. We've been spoiled, haven't we, for a week and a bit.
14 away games on the bounce, though, in fairness, before them.
It's weird. We're going to have to watch a game of football, not from Anfield. You know. This happens. We're going to be talking about the game in a moment. I thought it was worth mentioning. Those of you who watched the build-up show last week know that we've got a partnership with Benteke going for a few weeks. They're doing the golden goal where you've got to pick the goal scorer and the minute and you can win. Last week it was £100,000. This week has no one got Pedro after 30 seconds because why would you go?
So close to putting it on.
No, you ain't. Apparently a few people put like the third minute, but that's about as close as they got. Anyway, it's rolled over. It's 125,000 this week. We are going to enter. We're going to develop an answer for how we're going to spend our money a little bit later in the show. I'm going to pick the brains of these guys here, and then I'm going to pick a player in a minute, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, later we'll come to that. Now, Liverpool Palace. Chris, we struggled against Palace last season. It would be nice if this continued as part of our development, if we just put them in their place.
Yeah, because it's just that you've talked about it for a few weeks now. It's ticking boxes, isn't it? And Palace are a fucking big box with a big burly ass striker who used to play for us, who wasn't good enough, who you know is going to score against us. So we just need to tick that box off and don't let him score. Let somebody else score when we concede our goal this season. Not from a corner, please. Not from a second ball from a corner, because I'm fed up of talking about that shit as well. Yeah. Go out there, smash them off the fucking park, and then just go home with 3 points. And that's all I want to see from Liverpool. And I'm fed up of fucking Christian Benteke talk already. And I'm the one talking about him.
He's right, though, that Christian Benteke, all the focus is going to be on him. Everyone's going to be, all you're going to see all week is his goal record at Palace. You're going to see highlights of what he's done. And then there's going to be analysts talking about why it didn't work at Liverpool.
More or less all headers, aren't they? Which is
no 1v1s.
Funny that.
But our central defenders and their record against headers is going to be very much under scrutiny, I would have thought. I mean, zonal marking at Anfield gets all the papers and all the television punters saying how awful it is, and that's why we've got such trouble. Although we don't seem to be actually having that much trouble these days. You know, we're much better.
Well, as we said, it's the second ball that we're terrible at defending. The lucky bounce that seems to drop whatever. But getting away from that though, Christian Benteke, we need to prove, as Chris says there, or continue to prove that, because dealing with big, barely target men has been an issue for a number of seasons. We've got the
He was the issue before we signed him.
Yeah, he's the main culprit, wasn't he?
He was out. Yeah, it'd be nice to know that having trained with him for a few years, we should have a better grip on how to handle him. And with someone like Joel Matip now, who's a big lad himself, we need to prove that we can handle Christian Benteke.
Absolutely. Otherwise, we'll lose the game. I mean, the other thing, of course, is Balassi scored for Everton for the first time the other day. He obviously looked at the fixture list and forgot he wasn't at Palace. And Liverpool are coming up. Oh, I'm going to get into form.
And also, it shouldn't be underestimated how much no one likes Alan Pardew, and it's nice to see him miserable.
Yeah, I've got, I would say irrational, but it probably is rational because the world have decided that it's shared, isn't it? I just don't like him for some reason. I don't know. His dad moves at the FA Cup final, we're affable. He strikes me as that category of English manager who has done really well to be managing where he is. So to be managing a Premiership team, a mid-table Premiership side, alongside Big Sam and Bruce, but they feel like they were owed more.
Yeah.
So they kind of come out with massive statements. They can't wait for a continental manager who's got a big reputation to come here and crash and burn. If Conte was to get sacked in 2 weeks' time, Pardew and Allardyce would be the first to race to the papers to put their comments on. Well, that's what you get when you go with someone who's never managed in the league before, because they've all got that inferiority complex.
But they all think they're better than they are, don't they? They all think they're the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, and what I like about Eddie Howe and Sean Dyche as like British managers is that new generation. They actually seem like they've gone off and done the coaching, and they've actually gone and learned that, and they're getting that. They're getting into it. They're not from that group of, former players who got given a chance, who kind of ride on the fact that they're a bit of a lad and they're in the media and they're part of that boys club. And
Part of the Ferguson crew, aren't they?
They
I
are.
mean,
They
there was
all are.
Sam Allardyce the other day. Disgraced Sam Allardyce sat next to Alex Ferguson at the game the other day.
Yeah, and it's kind of indicative of an old era of football, isn't it? Whereas if you were a decent footballer and expressed an interest to become a coach or a manager, you got a chance. And everything I don't like about that, and everything I don't like about the state of English or British managers, is represented by a Pardew, because he's not bad. He's done all right in his career, but he's nowhere near as good as his ego, and as he thinks he is, and certain sections of the media will tell you he is, because of course he is. He's an English manager. He's doing well, and you're like, well, he's doing all right. What's he won? What's his win percentage even? And he gets it there in a certain way, and he can't wait to throw a Jurgen Klopp under the bus for doing the same stuff that they do.
He's going to be like a pig in shit at the opportunity to try and get one over a club like Liverpool, because he'll have that on his CV, Chris. And to be fair, they did us an Anfield, and we got lucky to get what we got from Selhurst Park. At the second half of the season, wasn't it? But I think Klopp in particular, I mean, that defeat at Anfield stuck with him. He couldn't fucking Crystal Palace later on in the season.
About it,
exactly. So I think, again, from Liverpool's perspective, as you say, we need to just go out there and put them to bed.
For me, the fact of the matter is, we're a better side than them. Go out there and prove it, and it's kind of that simple. And the manager will want them to win, of course he will. All he talks about is 3 points. Every time anyone interviews him about anything, how this play there, he always brings it back to 3 points. That's what it's about. But I think in this instance, he wants 3 points, and he wants embarrassment on his behalf as well, on Pardew's behalf. So I'd be made up if we got both.
They've lost their last 2 games, haven't they, Palace, including their last home game. So their form's dipped.
It'd be nice if that
just in time to play.
Yeah,
he's punching back in, because he'd been playing centre mid, hadn't he? While the other guy was out, and he'd been playing really well. And I know he missed last weekend. I'm not sure if he's back in this weekend.
This feels like one of those questions where you're calling upon the expertise. How's everyone's Jason punching knowledge at the moment?
He's a footballer that plays for Crystal Palace.
He always has a good game
I
against
watched
us,
the Palace
doesn't
game at Leicester last week, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he played
all,
that
so.
game.
No, he didn't. Yeah,
He played Ledley and MacArthur, didn't he, in the midfield?
There you go, good work, Hub. So yeah, as mentioned at the start of the show, Benteke golden goal this week, 125 grand up for grabs. We intend to try and win that. It's Southampton versus Chelsea is the game, which we don't care about, let's be perfectly honest. But what I do care about is putting 125 grand in the Redmen coffers to spend wildly on something stupid and or entertaining. With either of us.
T-shirts, apparently.
T-shirts, yeah, damn straight. I'm going to buy a steak in the Vikings. I'm going to buy one shirt.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to buy a steak. I
thought he was going vampire hunting.
Yeah,
exactly. So 125 grand up for grabs. What should we spend that money on?
Me.
Spend it on me, Dad. There we go. Well, that's as good a suggestion
I
as
think
any.
we should be. Look, the time and the world that we live in now, I think it's good to be nice to other people and stuff like that. And there's a guy out there who's struggling with where he lives in Manchester in a hotel in the Lowry. He's basically trapped. I think we buy him somewhere in Salford, let's say, 125k, little terrace house. See how he gets on there.
I think no. Look, if we're buying it for him, I think it needs to be in Kenny.
Oh no, we're renting it to the cunt. I'm renting it to him, like, you know what I mean? I'm just giving him it. I'm charging $850 all in.
Yeah.
I'll give him his electricity and his water and that, like.
Yeah. I think we just straight. I know. I'm happy to straight up buy Jose Mourinho a terrace 2 up 2 down somewhere. That probably for that price.
Oh, could you get a canal boat and shoot a fucking couple of holes in the bottom of it and sink slowly at night during his sleep? Sorry, I'm supposed to be being nice here.
Wow, that got dark.
That went very dark very quickly.
You kind of stole my one. My one was because obviously the stories come out that he's living in the Lowry. However many nights before a Man United game, 125 grand would get you to be in either the room below him or the room next to him and throw fucking all night parties. Just Redmen party. Oh no, we don't even have to be there. Just turn music up really, really loud, hit a broom against it
I
occasionally.
didn't know what you were doing then. There was a bit of this
That
with no
shows
speaking.
your-
I was like,
that shows
"It's
where
just
your
wanking in the
mind
room,
goes."
unbelievable."
I'm going to propose because look, I think
gonna propose?
Mourinho was fine. Last week
You're spending it on a rock.
yeah, exactly. I am going to put forward that Jose Mourinho was relevant last week. He's not relevant this week. You know, Chelsea, Southampton, he's not relevant to us anymore. So we'll park the Mourinho stuff for now. 125 grand. Look, I don't think it'll get him now, but at the end of the season, Alberto Moreno, his career's not taking off. I want him as the office jester. I think we have him just as a. I don't know how long we'll get him for 125. He's probably on a good wedge. I'd have a week of Alberto Moreno just doing our bidding, kind of like a mini me style situation. If I want to put my feet up on something, I'll have him, you know, there to put my feet up on. I'm going to throw that forward. Has anyone got any that don't relate to Jose Mourinho?
No, okay.
The
fine.
cheerleaders who were the halftime entertainment in the EFL couple were nice. We could have Redmen cheerleaders
Redmen?
For what?
just around the office.
For what though?
Just like literally, we have
Just to look at.
before
Just turn it
between
into the
between
bunny
filming.
club.
No, we have half time all the time, don't we? You have finish filming the final word, move into a build-up show. Everyone goes and gets a drink, goes to tour. They walk in here, they do a bit of a routine, everyone claps, and then we carry on filming.
That's fine.
That's fucking
I'm absolutely
yours
fine.
is shit, Paul.
I know, yeah.
You could get yourself a cleaner, certainly.
We'd need more than 125
Clean the
grand.
cups now and again. That would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let us know what you think we should spend 125 grand on.
You
Chris,
could, could offer it to Jürgen to come and do an interview.
That's actually
For
the best.
125k, I'd want a bit more than just an interview.
Well, we don't want to know what you want.
I will, you know, okay,
Indecent proposal.
125k. We will donate that to the charity of choice. If
Jürgen.
Jürgen Klopp comes and joins us for a day's worth of filming.
Nailed.
I'll have that,
I
like,
think a day's worth, yeah, in 24 hours.
yeah, 24-hour live show with Jürgen Klopp. You heard it here first. Okay, sounds. Chris, what are you going for?
I am going for Victor Moses in the 19th minute.
Wow, Big Vic. Okay.
Playing well. Last 4 or 5
Yeah.
weeks, he's been really well. He's got 3 or 4 goals or something. He's playing really well.
Yeah, he is. He actually looks like a professional footballer for a
Weirdly.
change. Like,
Yeah.
fair play to him. I think I did. I made a pick on Social Club this week, and I went with someone in the 11th minute. I think I went Hazard. So it kind of be foolish for me to pick two, because if I pick another one, I can only put one of them on, and if the other one comes in, then I'll have to kill myself. So I'm going to stick with. I think it was Hazard.
The rules of
11th
betting,
minute.
isn't it? Just
Exactly. It's like the
read
lottery,
those
isn't it?
terms and
Basically,
conditions
the
when you
national-
sign up.
The National Lottery created the Wednesday lotteries to make people think that I have to put it on, otherwise I will have to top myself because if your numbers come in on another day. Anyway, let's move on. You can play along with the Golden Goal by going to the Bet Victor website. It's completely free. As in, you don't have to deposit anything to play along. You get one free go at it. So yeah, enter. Use the link below, and you know, win 125k if you get it right, and obviously give it to us to spend on Jürgen Klopp, cheerleaders, or Alberto Moreno, or some sort of death machine for Jose Mourinho.
Elbow, like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
With some holes in the bottom.
we've just done the final word show after the EFL Cup and over Spurs, Chris. I think it's fair to say, although not necessarily all at a similar level, we've now got four very reasonable options to play centre forward.
Yeah.
Which is kind of pointless because it's going to be Roberto Firmino, surely.
Yeah, I think there's 10 changes while Wijnaldum stays.
You think so? It's an interesting one, but I mean, would you do the same there, Dad? Emre Can, look, he's impressed in the chances he's given. He's getting better. Wijnaldum straight
No, I
back in.
think Chan is Henderson's understudy.
Really?
Yeah. For now, anyway.
again, I agree. If Wijnaldum goes back into the team is pretty much a choice, isn't it? You know,
So we're going back to
the
what we
stomach.
consider to be
Yeah.
the first choice team prior to at the start
Yeah.
of the season. It's very interesting. I
Shorten the segment slightly. It's a good job we over.
I mean, no, what
did the other stuff, isn't it, really?
I don't think we ever thought that was his first choice team. And when he first played, I thought, what the hell's that midfield? Lallana, Wijnaldum and Henderson. And then now it is, as you say, we're thinking, that's our first choice team.
I think that the stage is set for Wijnaldum to come back in because he put a great shift in against Spurs, and he said that he has done that. But I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other. And to be honest, I wouldn't care one way or the other because I think they're both terrific footballers. What I would say from the Emre Can thing is that that's 2 games where he's gotten better and better. I think he deserves the keeper's place because he's done nothing to not deserve to keep his place. You know, in terms of the fact that I would, if Emre Can was to start this game, I would bank him to actually play even better than he played against West Brom. So it is a big question for the manager to address. Would you think it's as simple as well in terms of the bench that Origi and Sturridge once again on the subs bench as well?
Yeah, I think, look, just from the fact that we played both of them and we've given, you don't want Firmino to have essentially 2 weeks off in between games or something, do you? So I think you look at the next league games the following weekends, you don't want to give them 2 weeks off. It's as simple as those two played. We needed to give them minutes. They've got minutes. Firmino goes back in.
Mm-hmm. Any other suggestions or anything we could do? Is it becoming quite? Are we becoming quite?
Well, when
steady?
I spoke to Max from Forever Dortmund, he said that, you know, when Dortmund didn't have European football, he had a first 11 and he just used that first 11 all season long. And I think you can see already that now, I know last season he played around with it, he was obviously getting to know his players a little bit more. He's found a system that's working. He's had a group of players that are all playing really well, not just in their own positions, but in the other people in that formations positions as well. They all have this understanding. They look like they're playing with this freedom and not just fluidity. You know, you look at Firmino, Coutinho enjoying their football, and that is sort of contagious, isn't it? And everybody else is enjoying their football, and I don't think he wants to break that harmony up, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I don't think he should.
I think the good thing that we've got from this is that while we're probably not going to see any sweeping changes to what we perceive to be the first 11, Dad, is that if nothing else, what that win over Spurs gave us was Daniel Sturridge's confidence is going to be back. So if we have to use him at any point during that game, great. Similarly with Divock Origi, you've actually even now got a position where it won't happen, but it's not outside the realms of possibility that Danny Ings could be on the bench if you needed him to be there. We now got a conundrum between Can and Wijnaldum, 2 players both in good form. It bodes well.
I'm thinking we've not just got a first 11. We probably, if you count the goalkeeper as well, we've probably got a first 18.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one position in that, like in midfield, you know, is Grujic the guy or is it Lucas, you know, that kind of thing. Otherwise, I think it all picks itself. And I think Danny Ings is probably the odd one out at this moment in time. Yeah. I don't see a position on the bench for him yet. But, you know, I think the rest of it picks itself.
Okay. Key man predictions then, Aubrey? You want to throw someone in there?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Wijnaldum.
Okay.
I'm going to go that he gets his place back in the first team. And
Does he get his goal?
He actually gets his goal. And not only that, it's an away goal as well. Which he didn't do for Newcastle, did he? Sure. But yeah, I think he's come close a couple of times. He finally gets his goal. And it might be a key man. It might be the key goal in the game, the winning goal.
Mm-hmm. Dan?
I'll go with Lallana.
Oh my God, John didn't pick who I was going to pick. Amazing.
Well, I probably thought Chris is going to pick Mane, so I'll go with Lallana.
No. I'm going to pick who Paul's going to pick.
I was going to pick Lallana.
I'm picking Matip. Against Christian Benteke. I think it's time that, you know, we put to bed all of that. We've mentioned it at the start of the show. I don't want to talk about it too much. Christian Benteke is a tall striker. Joel Matip comes in, dons him. Next.
Yeah.
Cross him off the list of strikers that he's not asked about.
Yeah. So I like the Lallana thing. I will go.
Put him on the list of strikers he's not asked about. Sorry.
Yeah. I will go with the flip of what we said. I think Emre Can will start. So I would back him to continuous improvement, because what I've said about him in recent weeks is we forget how good Emre Can is at times because when he does come in, it does take a little bit of time to get up to speed. That I think 3 games on the bounce now, I think we'll start to see more and more of his class.
In place of Wijnaldum, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll keep his place, because I think just on merit, I see no reason to take him out.
No one's saying Coutinho. I'm really surprised about that.
It's just, you know why? Because it's like, for me, I think Firmino, Coutinho, Mane, it's like the obvious ones, aren't they, to some extent? And maybe we're all just trying to showcase showcase our knowledge a bit more. I know some of the names of players. So yeah, it would.
Okay, it's Mane then.
Yeah. I'd like to see Emre Can continue to develop, because I think he's a tremendous player, and we had a little chat about whether this may or may not actually be the position that he is in contention for this season rather than the 6. Maybe he is more of an 8 for Liverpool, and if he wants to do that, particularly with Wijnaldum now fit and looking sharp, Emre Can probably needs to come in and he probably needs to get a goal or an assist or something in this game. Guy's got the ability. I wouldn't bank against him to do it. Score prediction, Orb?
Our current favourite result, 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
2-0.
Fuck's sakes, John. 2-0.
Yeah.
I've been saying 2-0 for weeks, hoping we get that clean sheet. So I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, I you can't really look beyond the 2-1 for us, can you, to be fair? But all the same, I'll be slightly different and say, even though I've just said the Emre Can stuff, 1-0 to Liverpool with a James Milner pen.
Yeah.
Contentious.
Love it.
Yeah, go ahead, why not? Yeah,
And then to go up and do Pardew's dance in front of him.
Yeah, that
Dispel the boring Milner shit.
that would be terrific. Yeah, that would be terrific. So yeah, let us know your key man predictions, your score predictions in the comments below. Again, just a reminder, you can click the link to the Bet Victor thing in the comments below. Go and win yourself potentially £125,000 for very little. Actually nothing.
Before we go, I totally should have mentioned this on the final word, but you were talking about the cheerleaders and stuff before, right? Tom, the eagle-eyed bunny that he is, noticed in the corner where the scoreboard is of the Cop, and everyone's working behind the glass, some guy with fucking binoculars in there watching the fucking birds. And like, when we then start talking, we're like, yeah, he's been told that there's cheerleaders, so he's brought his binoculars in from home for today and stuff like that. And he's like, pure against the glass.
They're probably for spotting violence and people smoking ciggies in the ground. And there's like loads of people in the Cop lighting up, and he's there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, thanks very much for watching.
You,
thanks very much. I hope that guy enjoyed the game.
You got clapped
and the halftime entertainment
by Tom.
Yeah. Let us know anything we've discussed in the comments below. As I say, check out the Bet Victor offer as well, and we'll be back post match.